Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now Mars is now in the combustion zone from 6th of November. See, so many things are happening. When Mars went into Scorpio, I made a video. It was a very stable Mars, but now Mars will go into combustion, and this is because of Sun being in Libra inching towards Scorpio zodiac sign. What really is combustion? Well, combustion is a wrong word. The actual word is ast. So this is called Mangal ast. Ast means set. Imagine, I have said in multiple videos about combustion, can you still see the stars during the daytime? No, because the light of the sun is so strong that it overpowers every other natural light. Even your artificial lights will not function in front of the sunlight. So this means that nothing is of its own individuality in front of the sun. Sun rules. Should you call this a defeat? No, because this is not yuddha. This is asta, something that surrenders to the divine powers of the Surya Dev. So when the planet such as Mangal, which is in its own zodiac sign of Scorpio, which is powerful, becomes ast, please do not consider this as weak Mars. Weakness is a sign of inability to perform, or you really are having zero strength to actually give you anything. This is a Mars in its own zodiac sign. Why it is considered to be a weak when it is ast? The only thing is, you will not be able to see the results, and therefore this is called apparent weakness. Asta Graha is a very complicated situation. Yes, in Shastras, you may read shlokas talking about the strength. The observation of a planet, such as Mars in this case, will render results of a weak Mars. But this Mars can also be under the guidance of Surya Dev, which means one simple thing. Wherever Sun is there in your birth chart, you are going to be guided from that house. If Sun is in the 9th house, you will get Guru. If Sun is in the 2nd house, your family will dominate. If Sun is in your 1st house, you will shine bright. If Sun is in your 7th house, circumstances will overpower you. If Sun is in 4th house, your comforts are going to, and your sleep is going to bother you. If Sun is in the 10th house, career will take over. Sun in the 5th, children, emotions, reactions, learning, education, that will be the theme. Sun in the 6th, enemies, diseases. Sun in the 11th, network circle will expand. Sun in the 12th, expenses will increase. If Surya is in the 3rd, or Surya is kind of very, very powerful, then you will take matters in your own hands. So this is a kingmaker transit. Astagrahas, I know that a lot of astrologers take it as a very weak planet, but if Asta becomes weak, then Mars is technically weak from 6th of November 2025 till 26th of March 2026. A planet weak for so long, such as Mars, may create a lot of catastrophic reactions. It won't happen that way. See, Asta Graha surrenders in front of Surya Dev. I repeat it many times. I have said it multiple times in the videos. It is like something is below the horizon. You are not able to see. In order to see that planet, you will have to have special telescopes if you're talking about astronomy. But it also means that the planet is very close to your soul. It also means that the planet is listening to the Atman. And Mars here is listening to the Atman. Mars is going to be in the sign of Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and then Aquarius. And especially Sagittarius and Capricorn, for the entire duration of Mars transit in these two zodiac signs, it will be Asta. So no point making a 6 months long or 4 months long video on Mars Asta. Rather, let's break into Mars transit in different zodiacs. So in this video, I am going to only focus on Mars combustion. For the sake of simplicity, let's call it combustion in Scorpio only. So as long as Mars is in Scorpio, how will Mars behave in a combust manner? Then I will make a video of Mars transit in Sagittarius plus combust, because entire Sagittarius is in combustion. And then Mars moves to Capricorn, exalted Mars, but still combust. But you will see, it's not the usual combustion. Multiple planets will cycle, multiple planets will meet, multiple planets will leave. And when Mars becomes combust on 6th of November, Mars and Mercury are inching towards each other. Very soon Mercury will become retrograde. From 11th November, there will be 3 retrogrades in water zodiac sign. A naval warfare? Possibly yes. Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn. Jupiter in Cancer, Mercury in Scorpio, Saturn in Pisces. Also, you will see that oil prices will vary, fluctuate. Things will happen, things will change. Now, you may also say that these things happen in geopolitics every time. Yes, that is true, but that's the nature of life. It's ever changing, ever evolving, sometimes going to the left, sometimes going to the right, sometimes being in the center, sometimes up, sometimes down. And astrology is to track these movements because human life is very small. These changes should be known so that we can actually adapt and make the best use of our life on this planet. Mars, being in Scorpio, exactly wants you to do this, know the secrets. But when Mars goes combust in front of the Sun, Mars becomes invisible in Scorpio. No Mars, no secrets. You will see that some underlying information, some underlying agendas and propagandas may become behind the scene, or rather I should say that there will be, you have to read between the lines to understand what people mean. Things may not be out in the open. Secrecy becomes even more secret. That is the role of Mars in Scorpio. It wants to transform you, but it wants to transform you secretly. Which also means that a lot of sadhakas will undergo a lot of transformation. Secret transformation, and some of your experiences you should not even share unless your guru permits you. You can share your experience with the Divine Mother herself. Mars, Mercury and then Sun all coming together in the Scorpio zodiac sign, and then Jupiter, retro Jupiter aspect, then retro Mercury is actually a recipe for an information disaster. You may end up speaking more because when Mars is not visible and when Mars is surrendering, you are listening or communicating your soul, but you will not know the limitation or the impact it will cause. Sometimes, you just go on and on and on, and you don't know what energy you are radiating and what impact it will create. It's like somebody has exploded 5,000 TNTs of something, whereas only 5 TNT would have been enough. The impact, the energy magnitude becomes unknown. This can be a problem in day-to-day life. Say, for example, you want to express what you feel. You end up saying much more than what is needed. You end up pushing more than what is needed. You end up trying more, and you may also feel a little scared. Now, who will feel little scared? People who have negative Mars. What is the negative Mars? Rahu Mars conjunction, Saturn Mars conjunction, Ketu Mars conjunction. And Mars is going to behave in a little defensive way. You may feel a little scared about things that may not even exist. And that is where you will have to be very, very careful. With this Mangal in a powerful energy center, you need to center your Mooladhara chakra. My recommendation will be to focus on 2 things. Number 1, centering your mind and body and then grounding it properly. If you feel overwhelmed, or if you feel excited about something beyond a certain limit or control, or if you feel there is an emotion which you cannot control, if you feel there is an outburst that is needed, or you feel that there is a huge lack of energy, then I'm sure this Mars is not taking you to the right place. Yoga, pranayam, adhyatma, spirituality is very much necessary at this point of time. With Mars being in Scorpio, you might also see that things are happening in the military warfare. The tactics are changing, technologies are evolving, and a different policy is being adopted throughout the world. Alliances being broken, new alliances being formed. After all, Rahu is in Aquarius. Mars is in Scorpio. Mars has an aspect on Rahu. So this Combust Mars is fueling the agenda of Rahu also, and you can see Rahu, but you can't even see Mars. So sometimes you see the face. At the face you see some reality. But the base reality, the basis on which the reality that you observe is being observed by you, that base is absent because you don't know. That is combustion for you. Absence of experience. Here is a message to people who are below 30. Mars is very, very powerful for you, especially if you are between the age of 18 to 27. What you should do is you should channelize this Mars positively. Otherwise, you will feel lethargic, weak, you will feel procrastinated, you will delay things. Sometimes you will be hyperactive, sometimes you will be less active. And one thing will be common in all Mars-dominated people. They will kind of need a guidance because Mars is in front of the Surya. You need Sun to function. So first, do not interfere in matters which you don't understand. Second, surrender to a higher authority of God, such as Mata Bhagavati, Bhagwan Mahadev, Bhagwan Mahavishnu, or any Guru Parampara that you are following. Just simply follow. Third, this is the time to prioritize things in and stick to the plan. Even if you fail, you should continue trying to attempt that plan so that you reach somewhere. And remember one thing, you need to apply the accelerator but never take your foot off the brakes. You never know when you will have to apply a very sharp brake. In the matters of health, because it is the natural 8th house, people who have Mars in Aries, Capricorn or Scorpio, or who are Aries, Capricorn and Scorpio moon sign natives, especially Scorpio moon sign natives, should be a little careful because your energies can be scattered and you will not understand where this emotion is coming from, especially if you are below 30. For people who are above 30 to 55, 60, your Mars is a little more matured, especially people who are above 45, your Mars, Rahu, Ketu are matured. You can guide people who are feeling a little restless because the emotion, restless emotion, is going to be very common for the next 6 to 7 months. Half of the year was Mars fighting debilitation, and then Ketu, and then Saturn aspect. Now Mars is combust. Suddenly all the rage, all the power, all the enthusiasm may also vanish. Imagine like this, you really wanted to become a tabla player or a guitar player. You really wanted for that, you fought, and suddenly one day your father makes a statement, it makes a lot of sense, and the next day you are preparing for joint entrance examination or some other examination. I'm not saying that preparing or listening to your father is a bad thing. The question is, why did you waste one half of the year fighting for something that you wanted to quit in one day? You could have done both. See, this is where the combustion of Mars will play. It will make you feel different, as if there is a void. There is a void of energy. And remember one thing, you cannot draw energy from tamas. Drinking alcohol, smoking is not going to fuel your fire. Spiritual fuel is needed, and you need to burn your calories, you need to run, you need to push yourself a little harder if you really want this Mars to help you. And with the health perspective, this is very important because you are not going to go and try to involve into some tamasic activity. For career perspective, Mars transit is very crucial. The reason is that if you see, Mars is the driving force, the masculine force that drive most of the career, because you want money, you fight competition, you want to win, especially if you're an athlete. The combustion is silent preparation. Never take combustion as your inherent weakness. It's just silent preparation. So if you're just silently preparing and you're leaving no stone unturned and you're not shouting that you're preparing, you're just doing it, getting things done, you will become successful in your career, you will become successful in your job. It may take some more time, there may be no vision about the future, but eventually things will unfold. Remember, as long as Jupiter is in Cancer, it is aspecting the same Mangal. There is a window of opportunity here. Now Mars being in Scorpio will aspect Aquarius with its 4th aspect, and therefore this is very important that you keep maintaining contacts, new social contacts. Yes, you will make, but do not forget your old friends. Mars is old friendship. Obviously, the friendships are going to transform, the masculine energy is going to transform, but every morning surrender to the God, and throughout the day ensure that you are going to be a happy person, meeting with people with a lot of smile. Otherwise, remember, this energy can just suck it in and make you feel very depressed. You need people around you. Then Mars aspect Taurus. It can create a situation or a void where you might forget how much spending you are going to do. So be careful there. And then Mars will aspect Gemini, and very soon Mars will see Jupiter entering Gemini in December, and you need to be a little careful that while Mars is in Scorpio, you take the maximum out of Jupiter's blessing, and Mars 8th aspect which falls on Gemini, you stop doing things which you feel can bring bad result immediately. See, a sudden stop for a bad habit is possible. Now I'm also going to talk a little bit extra on my YouTube membership and Patreon membership. Join me there. Some extended version or some extended analysis is waiting for you on those 2 platforms. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for connecting. Do not forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and if you want to take my consultation, drop me an email. Now, one quick message. When Mars is in such a position, I am going to bring a lot of Mars related puja, Mangala Shanti Path, Sundarkand Path, and Vaidiki, which is my company's puja vertical, is going to arrange a lot of dedicated pujas just for Mangala Shanti. And one of the biggest way to handle Mangal is by praying to Bhagwan Hanuman and praying to Mata Durga. If you want to know more about such pujas, which are exclusive, dedicated, not combined, just for you and your family, you can contact me on the given number and also on the email. And if you want to take my consultation, you can just contact me and we will share all the details. We'll meet in the next video. This was just Mars update. I will bring a quick Mars ascendant wise videos after Mars moves in the sign of Scorpio. But that video will be on the basis of moon sign. There's a reason I will explain in that video. So stay tuned. We'll connect again. Namaste.